everybody. It's Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. And, I know it looks kind of spooky. Having some issues with the lights. We're working on it. No big deal. Going to be an awesome show as we continue a month of sprint car racing here on Dirty Thursday. Again, brought to you by River City Speedway. Joining myself, Dale the producer, and Stephen Lewis, we have got wingless sprint car drivers Jeremy Lizakowsi and Nick Shirek in the studio. This is going to be a blast, folks. Today's show brought to you by Vets in the Park. Make sure to stop at the 5th annual Vets in the Park this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at University Park in Grand Forks. It's open to the public, it's great fun for the whole family, and it's free. There's bouncy houses, face painting, a playground area, food, UND drone demo, music by Kenny and the Classics, and more. Make sure you buy a raffle ticket and come help honor veterans that served, giving us peace and freedom on America's 250th anniversary. Vets in the Park this Saturday at University Park from 11 to 4, honoring veterans and their families within the Red River Valley and surrounding communities. We'll see you there. Any questions or comments for myself, Stephen Lewis, Dale the producer, or Nick or Jeremy, feel free to call or text. Our number here at the studios, 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. Kevin Pappenfuss, good morning. First one to call or text in this morning. All right, let's do it. We've got a long way to go here. A lot of things to talk about. Let's get it out of the way. Our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. I don't want to be blunt, but, most people are assholes. Yeah, most people are assholes. Believe me? I mean, I tell you what, next time you see a group of people, yell out, "Hey, asshole!" See how many of them turn and look. I think I'm on to something there. What do you think?
Yeah, you might be. You might be.
I mean, that's the honest God truth, I think. All right, got a lot of things to go through here. All right, first off, let's get some stuff here. We're kind of running out of room. Let's get an update on Forks Karting Association. Dale, the producer, is here. How did it go last night, Dale?
Yeah, it was another big night of go-kart races at Forks Karting Speedway. Just a few highlights from some of the notable winners here. Duncan Rethmeyer continuing to try and go for the clean sweep there for the Junior 1 Yamaha class. He remains undefeated in the features. Big ups to him. Also, congratulations to a first-time winner and one of our novice rookie feature winners, Bronson Beck. Some other winners racking up the wins this season, like Briggs Hall, also Nash Blasky, and Ryland Fuller, all piling up the wins. It was a big night. It was a little bit of a balmy night. I think we had some of that wildfire smoke last night, but it made for an interesting gloom aesthetic there. So it was very, very cool. One more regular Wednesday night, our track championship this coming Wednesday, and then we'll have our state championship doubleheader. It's going to be like a whole day of racing Saturday, August 29th, and that's your Forks Karting update.
All right, thank you very much, Dale. By the way, Dale, the producer, is going to be the voice of the world-famous legendary bull ring, River City Speedway, tomorrow night. I am on my way to a catfish tournament coming up here as soon as we're done with the show. And I don't know. I don't think we're getting any texts. We've been having some issues.
We got a couple.
Okay, we do have, but it's not showing up on here.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dale. And let's do it. It's Dirty Thursday track schedule brought to you by Forks Karting Association.
Before we get to that, I think we missed a winner there, Dale. Didn't Maverick Omdahl win?
Oh, yeah.
Just over Camber, right?
Yep. Maverick Omdahl got the win, and Camber Overgum was like right on his tail there, like not even a second apart. Yeah. Congrats to him, Maverick. I think 4 or 5 wins this season as well.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Dale. Dirty Thursday, by the way. How about that finish last night down in Knoxville? Dirty Thursday track schedule, by the way, brought to you by Forks Karting Association. There we go. You can watch the karts race Wednesday nights at Forks Karting Speedway at the Grand Forks Fairgrounds. Find out more by going to forkskartingassociation.com. Here we go, Norman County Raceway in Ada, Minnesota tonight. Weekly classes plus the Wissota A-Mods are going to be at Norman County Raceway tonight. Tomorrow night, River City Speedway, back to school bus races, late models, Midwest mods, the street stocks, the A-Mods, and the bus races are back. It's going to be a great time. Got weekly racing going on at Fix It Forward Speedway tomorrow night. That means the IMCA Sprints, the stock cars, the mods, the sport mods, the hobby stocks, and the NX Legends. Devil's Lake, let's see, going on Saturday with Wissota late models. Oh, there'll be a good show. Midwest mods, street stocks, and DLS pure stocks. Greenbush, what do they got going on? It's the Rick Johnson Memorial. They'll have the streets, the 4-cylinder, the Midwest mods, the lightning sprints, and the super trucks.
Yep.
Are making a trip. That should be fun.
Yep, super trucks down from Winnipeg. I don't remember the last time they were in Greenbush.
I was going to say, when's the last time we even saw them?
Last time they were in America, I think, was 2 or 3 years ago in Devils
Wow.
Lake. But
Wow.
and then the Rick Johnson portion is $15.90 to win.
Wow.
So that was
Nice.
a big announcement the other night. And,
That's weird when you say the first time in America in a long time.
Well, they're the Winnipeg guys. So
Right.
we've only had 1 or 2.
I remember Lynn Lucken used to race those.
Lynn, and then
back in the day.
Tal, I think, still has one. We'll see if he pulls, if he's got anything left, and then Rick Johnson himself had one. Is the reason why we're having them down.
Okay. And then wrapping up the weekend, Buffalo River Speedway. It's the Howie Richardson Memorial Hobby Stocks Legends Mod 4 Wissota. Short tracker, sports mods, and stock cars. And again, there you go. That is your Dirty Thursday track schedule. Again, brought to you by Forks Karting Association. Find out more by going to forkskartingassociation.com. And one more thing. Well, actually, a couple of things I want to get out of the way here. First off, I want to give a birthday shout out. He was on the show last week. I want to give a shout out to Bobby Martin and Alan Trzynski. They are celebrating birthdays today, so happy birthday, guys. Okay, a couple of more things, and happy birthday once again. Don't forget the Memorial Ride for Nick Minsky is coming up this Saturday. $20 a rider, starts at Up North Pizza. 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. is registration. They'll be on the road at noon. Use the Kennedy Bridge, turn it by Ace Hardware to access Up North. The Sorley will not be accessible, all right? There's things going on. I know there's a parade and things, but they're going to be stopping at Johnny's Nemorado, Good Friends in Larimore, Iron Horse and Inkster, Broken Drum here in the Forks, and East Grand Forks at Up North Pizza. Downtown Horns are going to be playing right between Up North Pizza and the VFW there. That $20 will cover your cover charge. Otherwise, the event is open to the public for $5. You want to find out more, 701-541-5115. All the proceeds go towards the event's entertainment. And I got one more thing coming up here that I really wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah, the NLRA drawing. Bobby Martin and I, he about pooped his pants when I told him about this drawing. Buy yourself a $20 ticket from any NLRA member. Grand prize, a pallet of Busch Light. A pallet of Busch Light. Or take the cash option of $1,500. Pallet of Busch Light.
That's usually not a unit of measure that you use for alcohol, but pallet, yeah.
And, you know, after I hear pallet of Busch Light, after that, it's just like, wah, 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 because I don't hear anything more. $500 cash for second place, $250 for third place. Again, 3 giveaways. They will draw this on Saturday, September 12th. At the pit meeting in River City Speedway. So again, find any NLRA member, $20, maybe win yourself a pallet of Busch Light.
Need not be present to win, I believe.
Need not be present to win.
The Saturday of the Sites Memorial.
You are right. Did you watch the race last night?
Yes, I did. And you alluded to it. What a finish. My first thought was, Mike, tell me you caught that. And sure enough, he did. So, yeah, that was quite something. I'm sure all of us that watched that was like, is it going to be Jace Park or is it going to be J-Mac? And Sheldon third to first in one lap. So
wow, it was a hell of a finish.
It was very good.
That's what people pay for right there. Let's get to business. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Okay. Steve Nordrum, good morning, fellas. Nick Curtis is watching. Okay. Corey Litton watching. Joshua Johnson. Wow, a lot of people. More than everyone. Carrie Ann Troft, Gruben. There we go. For some reason, it's not working on the thing here. So if I don't acknowledge you, folks, I will try to catch up. Let's do it. Let's start meeting these guys. First up, first time in the studio, Jeremy Lizakowsi is here, and that's worth a little round of applause. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
I've never had you in the studio before. We've talked a couple of times, but tell us about yourself if people don't know anything about you.
It's kind of a first time here, yeah. I guess I don't know what to say too much there, I guess.
Married, kids, dogs, cats, coyotes, all of the above, none of the above.
Yeah, been married for 13 years, I guess.
Wow.
No kids except for, I guess I consider my race car kids, I guess.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's gonna draw some really weird questions. You think of that as what? Your kid? Or
yeah, they're kind of problem childs, I guess. I mean, they cost money just like children, I guess. I don't know.
Sure, there you go. Now I got it.
Not,
now we got it. Okay.
I guess a farm boy. I guess me and my wife farm together. And
Oh, you're still, have you grown up? Were you always a farmer?
Yep, my
Oh,
dad
okay.
farmed and had cattle, and we built a racetrack out in the cattle and
Oh.
cattle pasture, and got hell for that, and cut up some combines and made some go-karts and
Oh, for fun.
raced LTDs against four-wheelers and just dumb
The
crap.
kind of stuff kids should be doing.
Yes, and not on, a lot of them are on their phone doing non-productive stuff now,
Exactly.
so yeah.
Yeah, not wrecking stuff and
Yeah.
having fun. Do you still have the cattle and all that stuff, or are you just strictly in the dirt?
Yeah, my dad passed away, and my
Oh.
wife's parents passed away too. And I kind of got some cattle. I sold them to my brother. I said I don't want to be married to him. I got enough going on in my life.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I kind of, they're still out there, and the racetrack's still there, but the cows got all the tires, and we kind of had a bunch of we had a creep feeder for a flag stand, and we made our own flags, and it was
Wow.
a bunch of weird stuff there. So
Now, where do you live?
Vesleyville.
And I don't know where Vesleyville is. And it's funny because Dale's like, I go, where's he coming from? And I said, isn't it like Vesleyville? And he goes, yeah, it is, but I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you draw like Grafton, Minto, Park River, it's like dab mac in the middle of that.
Okay. So how far are you from Drayton?
We're like 10 miles from Minto, 10 miles from Grafton, and 10 miles from Peasic.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay, I was gonna say Johnny Bravo's tonight. We'll be there, man.
So, yeah, it was supposed, Drayton's about 30.
Yeah, I think it's longer than that. It's farther than Grafton.
Over, but yeah.
It's like it takes me an hour to get there when I'm pulling my boat, and I don't know. Maybe it's not that far, and maybe my time isn't that good.
Well, I can usually get to Drayton in 40 minutes, but that's usually because I have to open the draw at Greenbush. So I'm going to be late if I don't.
And with me, too, I'm never usually going that fast when I'm pulling my boat because I don't want all my shit to blow away because I have lost a lot of things in the back of my boat going to Drayton. All right, and welcome to the studio, by the way, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks.
Across the table from me, he's been here before. Nick Shirek drives the 5H. How you doing, man?
Real good. Happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
I got to thank you guys because we send out an invite and you guys drop everything and come here. And I know that's not easy to do. You walk away from your job, you do whatever just to sit here and listen to me and you and watch me drink a beer or two. But here we go. Now, we've had you on the studio before. Go through. Well, first off, I want to hear a little bit about you and your family, and let's hear it, Nick.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks so much, John. So, a little bit about me right away. So, first and foremost, father of 3 boys, love them to death. That's what's most important. Been married for, it'll be 12 years to my wife, Jessie, who owns Hudson Wellness Center just across the parking lot here. Oldest boy, Hudson, he's 10. Second boy, Cam, is 7, who everybody has probably seen at the Speedway for sure. And Bo is already 5. He's going to be in kindergarten, which is just crazy. And they're the light of everything, and that's the deal. So
Did you ever want a girl?
I think my wife really wanted a girl. Yeah.
Okay,
she still does want a girl.
Okay, so are you done? Never know.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it. And by the way, you're a smart businessman. Give the company a plug. See, you're good at this
Not
stuff.
too bad, huh?
You know what's going on.
Yeah.
Now you've been around racing a long time.
Yes, sir.
On and then off and then on again. Let's hear about your racing and how it started. And I'm going to ask you the same thing as soon as he's done.
Yeah, that sounds good. So I'll try to wrap this up in just a couple minutes here. But interestingly enough, when I was 6 years old, my brother was 9 at the time. We have a 3-year gap there. And he was racing go-karts at 9 years old. He started, and at 6, all I could really do was watch. And at this time, I think the rules have changed since at the go-kart track now. But at that time, in the States anyway, you couldn't race a go-kart until you were 8 years old.
Yeah.
Year later, Chris is 10, and we found out that if we went up to Winkler, Manitoba at 7 years old, you could race. So I actually started racing then.
You rebels.
Yeah, which was kind of cool. And that was, interestingly enough, on Friday nights as well. So we never got to go to the Speedway then on Friday nights because we were racing in Winkler. And did that for a while. And then, of course, from 8 years old, at that time it was Emerado Speedway, which then, of course, turned into the go-kart track, the Grand Forks Speedway go-kart track. But did that deal for several years, turned 14 in October. And then, that summer right after then got into a sprint car, kind of following my brother's footsteps as well. And at that time it was a blast. my brother was racing. I just got started racing.
You guys were a force there for a while.
Yeah, it was kind of wild, you know, and I look back on it now, and I have a 10-year-old boy, and when Chris started in a sprint car, I was an 11-year-old boy.
Yep.
And it's just bizarre to kind of think about how all that transpired. And my brother's good friend Garrett, interestingly enough, you know, they're on their way to Knoxville for the Nationals right now. They missed yesterday, and you know, Garrett helped us a lot, and my other cousin Brandon, who now sponsors my race cars, Aoni Farms, used to help us a lot too. But at that time, we were just kids.
Sure.
We were just having fun, doing our thing. And so anyway, did that deal, raced the sprint car stuff from when I was 14, you know, in River Cities and everywhere else with NOSA. Every weekend, you know, we raced all the time.
Yep.
And it was a blast. That was on my mom and dad's dime. And it was incredible. It was a great, you know, childhood that we got to have. And did that until I turned 20 years old. And at that time, I was a couple years into college and got hooked up with the Rydell Company in Grand Forks, where I took that very seriously. I mean, I went from thinking
it's your career.
Yeah, I went from thinking I was going to be a professional race car driver, and at the end of the day, I realized I'm no more than just an amateur race car driver at best. Still enjoy it, right? But I took that really serious, and that ultimately took me out of the seat of a 410 at the time. And I think maybe that was okay for my family-owned operation at the time. We were able to kind of put all the focus into my brother and let him race the next several years with all the funding, so to speak. And then I kind of turned into a role of a car chief or whatever, and took a lot of pride in that. But like I said, took my career very seriously. Missed some races and stuff because I had to do what I had to do at work. And ultimately, that's provided me the lifestyle that I have today, which I'm extremely thankful for. And I don't want to see myself doing anything else. So it took about, I don't even know, Steven, I was done racing
12.
sprints. Yeah, 12 years off.
Wow.
Followed this, you know, with Jeremy and these guys were doing this Western Renegade deal, and I looked a lot into it. And of course, I still was watching Dirt Vision every week, and I'm on my race pass. I'm doing all the things.
Never lost it,
right?
Yeah.
Like none of us do. And kind of got hooked up with Paul Sobolik, who his son Adam runs, and Paul is a technician at the Honda store.
Yep.
Where I'm at, and you know, I asked Paul a lot of questions, and anybody that knows me even a little bit knows that I have a really manic, addictive personality. Where if I get my mind on something, I'm all in. And it seemed like I'm visiting with Paul, and a couple months later, I'm buying a couple race cars. And I'm telling my wife, you know, we'll slowly get into this. You know, maybe for a year we'll build this and we'll figure it out. And I think it was not even 30 days later. We had an engine and we were racing, you know. So, yeah, got back into it there. And then it was a whole learning curve going from wing racing to non-wing racing. And respectfully to our non-wing cars, you know, we're at 400 horsepower versus 900 or whatever that was at with wings on the car. And that's a completely different deal. Momentum is everything in these cars. And the 410s, you know, you could lose a little momentum, but get it back in the next corner. So a big learning curve. We were fortunate to get a win our first year back, and in the non-wing deal. And then the next year, I think we won 4 or 5 times. Didn't win the third year, and finally again got the monkey off our back a couple weeks ago and got a win again. So
nice. It was good to see you back in victory lane.
Yeah, and I told Dale when he came and did an interview, he goes, "Good to see you." I said, "Anytime I can see you in victory lane."
There you go. So, there you go.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I can still remember. I can still remember because I was just getting into it upstairs when you guys were leaving, and I was so disappointed. I was so bummed. It's like, man, all of a sudden I'm into this thing, and now all the guys I like are getting out of there. But you must be liked because, Andrew Newman says, looking good, Nick Shirek. Brandon Aoni says, looking fresh, Nick Dog.
Yeah.
Dan Wisco watching. Sam, Joey Davidson watching. And before I get back over to Jeremy, I think you remind me of somebody. Do you have a doppelganger out there? Because there's another guy that you remind me of that I think you look like, and maybe I'm just completely gone here, but his name is also Nick. Has anybody ever said you look like Nick somebody?
Not that I'm aware of.
You know who Nick Bargatze is? You know who I'm talking about? When he's looking at me right now, dude, look at him. I mean, he does.
Little vibe there.
He's one, in my opinion, one of the best comedians out there.
Well, there you go.
He's really, really good. So anyway, take a look and see. You might just go, Roberts, what the hell are you on?
We'll have to revisit that in 10 years, and they're both platinum, and see.
There you go. Got the platinum highlights
kind of halfway between young Bargatze and platinum Bargatze
there you
right
go.
now.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Because Bargatze is getting a little platinumish now.
Yep.
All right. Jeremy, I want to hear the same thing. How'd you get your start racing?
I guess kind of went back to kind of started off with snowmobiles, I guess. Used to race snowcross,
That's how I was,
grass
yeah.
drags, ice drags, and a few accidents. Racing my buddies.
You mean
to
broken
bar to
bones?
bar and all that good stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I guess kind of got into demolition derbies, and that was a ton of work. And I've kind of hung out with James Sandgray a little bit, and we got to talking racing some stuff. And next thing you know, well, it's half the work, a race car, but twice as expensive, I suppose. But so I got into B mods, I guess, and kind of went from there and hopped in the wingless, and I could not resist.
Okay, I asked this to anybody that says they were a snowmobile guy. What kind of sleds did you race?
Arctic Cat.
You know you're going to get a round of applause if you say ditch pickle. So
Yeah, I got one of those. I got a Skidoo too, I guess.
Okay,
so
okay.
that fits the situation. Yes.
I tell you what, if I didn't have an Arctic Cat, or I don't have any anymore, but it would have been a Skidoo next. I was a big fan of Yamaha back in the day too. It's just coming from Thief River Falls, and I raced Arctic Cats for years. I can't like Polaris. I cannot. I'm sorry. You know, at that time, there was 4 snowmobiles made in the world, and 2 of them were made within an hour and a half of each other. So that's just something I believe, and I will always believe. Dan Wisco, Nick, and Chris were always the most helpful duo in the pits. I'm sure all the wingless drivers will have the same sentiment for your team now. Keep up the good work. Yeah, okay, there you go.
I find it interesting the Sandgray Sobolik family are kind of responsible for both of you.
Yeah, isn't that
in
something?
some way,
Definitely,
shape, or form.
But that's
So-
just kind of the way those guys are, though.
Yeah, for sure. Interestingly enough, I was thinking, I didn't know about the Sandgrade connection with you, Lizzie, but he's done just about all of our engine work, you know, and James is always a phone call away if you need anything, you know, and at the drop of a hat, it seems like, too, I burn an engine up or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Call James, he might have something, or drop it by the shop, Nick. I'll get the machine work done for you, and I'll have it to you tomorrow, you know.
Nice.
Just an A-plus guy.
We were, wife and I were grocery shopping a couple of Saturdays ago, and we're coming down, we're heading north on South Washington, and here I can see one of Sobolik's cars being pulled, and I knew they were heading to Devil's Lake, so I'm hauling ass going down South Washington. My wife's like, what are you doing? You know, she's in a brand new car, and I'm like, what are you doing? And it's like, I got to catch this guy. I got to catch Sobolik. I get all the way up there beside him, and I start honking the horn, and I'm waving at him, and they're looking at me like, who the hell is that nut job? And then they went, oh, okay, but there's my Sobolik
We're
story
still like
for the day.
kids when we see race trailers.
I know.
Even though they're all enclosed now, it's still like they're different from a plumbing trailer. I wonder who that is.
Yep.
So you're looking, you know, you stop looking at the road and your next
true.
crane like, okay, well. Do you have much for engine issues in the Renegade deal?
No, not really. It's interestingly enough, I burned one up in Greenbush, but that was self-inflicted. We leaned her up about as hard as we could.
Oh,
and
sure.
We were turning hard. That
That was
track
on the wing night, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that was another engine. I
Oh,
burned up.
yeah.
Oh, that was not that one, another one.
So yeah, we've done a couple, but the wing night Jeremy's talking about, we were running really strong. That was in 24. And yeah, I mean, the thing started going down in Devil's Lake, and I think I was in second to you. You got around us or whatever, and the thing started going down, and I'm like, well, it's already blowing up. It ain't going to blow up anymore. So I just kept my foot on the gas on the thing and finished the race and came into the pits and pulled the valve cover off, and it was a nasty deal. But in Greenbush this year, we opened up our season out there, or not opened up, but it was at the beginning of the year, and the track was biked up big time.
It was our opener, so
Yeah.
it was pretty thick,
It-
for sure.
I mean, and
Yep.
it was so fun to be back there, you know, like what a nostalgic deal. And it's interestingly enough, my brother came with, and Brandon Owney, who I said at the beginning of the show was one of our helpers as kids. The 3 of us were like, hey, how sick would it be if it's just us? And we put that thing in victory lane. So I had so much pressure on myself that night, like to get a nostalgic feel back,
Yep,
get a cool.
sure.
Yeah, and we burned an engine up in the process. Like there was a red flag. And I mean, that it was just spiked. I was 250 plus degrees.
Oh,
and
wow.
Chris and Brandon are in the infield like, what do you think, bro? You know, do you think you should call her good? You know, what do you think? And I said, no, I ain't pulling this thing into the pits. And long story short, we burnt the motor out.
Oh, man.
The reason why I wanted you to expand on that is I was reading, was it last weekend or the weekend before? So Miles is out in Minot, and he had some engine. It almost sounded like it's the same engine he's ran since he's been in the Renegade.
Yes.
And something like 80, 90, 100, some crazy amount of nights on the engine, and it finally had its last laps on it. So
Yeah, and that's what's cool about this league that we run in, right? So Miles, who runs really strong. I mean, Miles is like Jeremy. They've raced a lot of different things, right, in their
Sure.
whole life, and so he's a talented racer at the same time too. But I think what's great about this series is you just said it, he put 90 nights or something on that engine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Couldn't do that with a 410.
No, and it's like, even if he ran 30 nights a year, you got to think about that. That's 3 full seasons on an engine. And Miles was visiting with me over the last couple months because he was nervous. He goes, this engine drinks a little oil, you name it. And I said, yeah, and it's still on the podium.
A lot of good engines do drink a little oil.
So he should be pretty excited about that. But that is one thing too, that makes this series that we run in affordable and just a little bit. There's nice rules against some certain things that help the pocketbook for sure.
I think someone like Josh Johnson, I think he built his in shop class in high school.
Something.
So like that's one of the nicer things about the Renegade.
I'm not gonna lie. When the wingless sprints came out, I thought about it for a little bit. My wife would have divorced me, but I thought about it. We're going to get ready to take a break here, but I want to let you guys know that when we get back here, we'll be talking again with Jeremy Lizakowsi, 4th all-time winner with 14 wins, Renegade of the Year in 2025, and of course, 4 wins this year, 13 top 5s, 14 top 10s. Nick Shirek, 1 win, 7 top 5s, 7 top 10s. He's won 7 features. You're the 2023 Rookie of the Year with 5 total wins altogether. Right now here, guys, this is wingless sprint car royalty in the studio. And we're going to take just a little bit of a break. You like that? I just, top of my head.
Yeah, I was looking at Jeremy when you said that.
Yeah. I was looking at Nick when he said that. So.
Yeah, I was like, who, you, me, both of us. There you go. But a whole month of sprint, and this all happened by accident, by the way. I didn't mean to have a whole month of sprint car racers in here, but that's just the way it went, and you're going to have to live with it. We'll be right back. Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway right after this. Life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Most changes are done in about 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change does more, too. Tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And included in your oil change, they're going to top off your fluids. Check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, and cabin air filter, too. And you get discounts for fleets and the military. They can text and email invoices and coupons and mention Grand Forks Best Source and get $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're open Monday through Saturday with no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is also available if you live in Grand Forks. And Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now hiring. If you'd like to join their team as an assistant manager, customer service rep, or lube tech, stop in to find out more. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street, or call them 701-780-8462. And make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. The Red Clay Strays Grateful Tour is coming to the Alaris Center on August 18th. Get your tickets now at the Alaris box office or online at Ticketmaster.com. To the Red Clay Strays and you want to get on a bus, stop into Rumors, talk to anybody there and say, hey, look, you need to get a bus for the Red Clay Strays coming up this Tuesday. Right now, they're really flirting with that idea, and I know I want to go on the bus because I am definitely going to see the Red Clay Strays. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway on a wingless sprint car day. Jeremy Lizakowsi, Nick Shirek in the studio with us now. And I know Dale, the producer, had a question here.
Yeah, Jeremy brought up in your bio there, you had some Demolition Derby days. I used to be a huge Demolition Derby nut. I used to be annual tradition going to that Haddon Demo Derby every 4th of July. Just kind of curious. I don't know if you've been to that one or if you just key takeaways from your Demolition Derby days and like a favorite venue.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, like my hometown Grafton, they used to throw like on Summerfest. They had a few events there, and I guess that was kind of maybe that one, or Northwood always has a big Demolition Derby, and it's just crazy cars there with tons of horsepower, and some of them got tons of money in there, and it's very competitive there. But that was kind of probably the 2 best ones I liked, I guess.
And how many years did you do it for? Sorry.
Probably 6-7 years, probably.
Demos have changed back in the day, and I've said this before on this show too. Me coming from Thief River, the Pennington County Fair Demo Derby was like winning the Indianapolis 500, man. I mean, it'd be 90 cars, 100 cars in there, and you'd be running 10 heats. 8, 9, 10 heats. But then when the price of steel went up and all of these cars started disappearing, thank God we got stuff like Baja and stuff like that now. A couple of texts coming in before we get into the pictures here. Zach Olson says studs. Cam, by the way, says, "Yo, Dad, you're doing a great job."
Yeah, what a sweetheart, huh? Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Got everybody watching you. That is cool. That's worth a round of applause. We got some pictures here now, guys. If you could, I know it's going to be hard to kind of look, but I just want you guys, whatever pictures. I have not seen any of these. I haven't seen any of these pictures yet, so you guys can just go ahead and see them and talk about them. And now is my chance to take a break. Go ahead.
That was actually one in Grafton Demo Derby back when I used to drink a little chubbier there. But yeah, it was a fun weekend.
Oh, well, I got you. There we go.
What kind of car are we looking at here? Looks like something you'd run NASCAR in the 60s, kind of.
I'm not even sure what that one was. It looks like a Dodge, maybe.
I think this is the first car, isn't it?
Yeah, that was really cool. So that Midco, it's interesting. We just got back into all this deal, and then I got reached out to by Brian Shawn when he was with Midco, and they wanted to do something kind of a story about getting back into racing and all that stuff. And so we were in the pits together that night. You can kind of see I got a little microphone on my shirt, but that was actually like the first family picture I got with my race car, just getting back. And I mean, just proud as punch, right? It was so cool. And yeah, you could see little Huddy Buddy on my right knee there. And then Bo, who's our baby, who now I said is 5, but at that time he was, I don't know, 2 or 3, something like that. And Cam, hold mom there. Cam was just the one that was reaching out on the chat there. But at that time he was 5. And interestingly enough, that's why we're number 5. That was the deal. We asked him
I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that too.
Yeah. We were always 11, in the sprint car stuff growing up. And yeah, so that's why we're 5 now. And 5H is for my oldest son, Hudson, of course. So
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess
Look at that. That's cool. Huh?
Yeah, that's the long history of the old B mods there. I guess a lot of money spent in those rims and tires in that class.
Still have the same font on the 96. That's cool.
Yeah, we kind of kept that the same. We kind of searched on the internet and looked at that and found out that first one there was the original number. And I figured I'll just keep that. If I'm upside down, people are going to know what my number is still. So.
Now, Jeremy, I have a question. Did you, with 2015, you continued to race mods?
Yeah, I think I threw a few other pictures in
cool.
there of later 16, 17. I don't even remember my last year. I kind of got a memory loss here, but.
That was cool. So
wow.
I mentioned this was a really fun night. My buddy Austin Pierce, who's just a legend in the 410 deal too,
Absolutely.
He's in there. But really, really cool. So behind all those people, there's my first race car that you saw in the last picture. But that was like right at the end of the season. We worked so hard, looking at our notes, you name it, but finally figured out how to get our first wingless car in Victory Lane, our first season back, our rookie season. And we were just proud as punch there, but it's really cool. You could see my mom is there with the kids, of course. It's all about the kids now, I mean, there's so many of them in there. And Austin, you can see his son, Grayson, is standing in front of him, just little, right? This is a few years ago now, but, Grayson's my little buddy too. My friend Mark Kuhn is in the back there. His daughter's on the way right. Mark is Mega Mac Storage, Mac Construction. He's been a huge supporter forever. And then Shay Geyer, him, John. He's right in the middle there with the First Class Mortgage sticker on. And then Nick Bowman, and I mentioned my brother Chris. But there's just a lot of really cool people in there. My wife's cousin Haley and her son Kaysen, who've been big supporters. They don't miss any time we're at River Cities. But that was really cool. And it was ultimately special. I wanted a Wayne Anderson 9 flag for a long time. My brother and I talked about that. I got one in my garage now. So my brother and I were housed out of Wayne Anderson's shop our entire time we were in Wayne sprint car racing.
Right.
And then they came out after Wayne passed away with, the Wayne Anderson races. And so it was like super special to get that win for several reasons. And that's a picture I'll have forever.
That's great. That's awesome. By the way, Austin Pierce, I will be taking you and your son fishing here soon. I'm waiting.
And Austin, Austin's a total class act. I mean, anybody that knows Austin or has talked to him, I mean, super humble, soft-spoken guy, and just like Lizzie, like put a helmet on the guy, and he's gone.
Yep.
And he's just incredible. One of my best friends today.
That was a very popular win. I think Jack ran over too.
He did, yeah.
Did it feel a little bit like unfinished business for you because you spent all the years with the wing car and didn't quite get there, and then you were able to come back and have that moment?
Yeah, it was huge. It's funny. I'm getting goosebumps right now
I bet.
talking.
I bet.
I really am. And So to Steven's point, we raced for a long time the wing stuff, and I guess 6 years I raced a wing car, but that's long enough. I never did get to be on the front stretch, you know. Got to be in my brother's shadows quite a few times, and he had some success, and so it was good. And it seemed like we were right there several times, but I just couldn't get the job done. So then you almost start feeling like, geez, am I cursed? Am I good enough? Am I ever going to get this done?
You start doubting yourself.
Oh yeah, and then to see that deal, like, it was a total dream come true, you know. Like the fire crew was over there; they were all fired up.
Well, they were all jacked for you, dude.
Yeah, it was just like amazing, and I just think like you surround yourself with really good people, really good things can happen,
and you treat people the way you want to be treated, and that's why you got a whole crowd of people coming up, you know, slapping you on the back.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that, John. And that I think, you know, if you're a good person, good things will happen to you. And lucky enough, we were able to get a win pulled off, and it was just a total dream.
Nice. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, there we go again. Tin Lizzie. I love that. Tin Lizzie Racing.
Yeah,
and it's way easier to say than Lizakowsi.
The nightmare continues there.
The nightmare continues.
That was a sweet looking car.
Yeah, very sweet.
Oh man, I mean, obviously the play on words, but I mean, was it pretty instantaneous when you're early in your racing career and coming up with that nickname?
Yeah. The wife kind of gave me that name, I guess. But the whole thoughts on the yellow car, she says,
"You're lucky. That's
get
the
rid of
name
that
she
damn
gives
thing."
you."
Well, there's a lot worse names she gives me too.
I was gonna say.
Are we doing a callback to that joke my neighbor tells me? Or, yeah, anyway, sorry.
What was that a tough year, Jeremy?
Well, I don't know. The B mods are all tough years for me, I think. But
Yeah.
When you said get rid of that yellow car, I didn't know.
Oh,
if that
she
was a
didn't
bad
like.
luck
Yeah,
thing or
she
something.
just didn't like the color. I guess
Yeah.
I liked it.
I did too. I like that
Sweet.
scheme.
Yeah.
Did,
All right.
Were you finally able to unload it? Because I think you brought it out of the weeds here a year or two ago for like a one-off, didn't you? Or?
Yeah, I think last year I tried racing it once. I didn't have it scaled or anything, and I brought it out there. It was spitting, sputtering, and then pushing into the corners. I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
Good move.
We should get some comments thinking who should have Jeremy do double duty here the next time we're in Forks. I think
there
so.
you go.
Wingless
There
car
you
and
go.
a mod. Let's get it done.
I vote no.
Chris Shirek says, "What's the biggest difference between a wing sprint and a wingless car? Difference between the modified and wingless, which is harder to drive."
You go ahead, Jeremy. I'll let you
What
go
was the
first.
question? That was
What's the difference? What's the biggest difference between a wing sprint and a wingless car? So that would be for you.
Yep, I can do that one.
You can answer this one, though, but it's the difference between a modified and a wingless, and which is hardest to drive? A mod or a wingless?
Well, the wingless, it's a totally different ball game. I think it's like you drive one, you drive the other. They're totally opposite. So, but I think the wingless, now that I kind of been there, done that, I kind of got the feel for it, which I think it takes a little while, but yeah, I feel the wingless is a lot easier to drive than the B mod now.
Oh, wow. Okay. And you with a sprint car with a wing or without a wing?
Yeah, and like, call this popular, maybe unpopular, but in my opinion, a wing car is easier to drive, harder to race.
Sure.
And a wing-
I get that.
Yeah, and a wingless car, I would say, is, you know, easier to race, harder to drive.
And I've never heard it put that way before.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, you got to think there's 30 square feet of downforce. You got a 5x5 top wing and a front wing, right?
Yep.
So that's a lot of downforce keeping that thing down
Keep
on
me
the
glued
track.
to the track. Yep.
And I'm telling you, there were so many bad habits that I had that I could not shake. I mean, I'm on the phone with shop guys, suspension guys. I'm talking to Kyle. I bought Kyle Cummins' race car for crying out loud to try to get like some insight on some different things, like what in the world. And a lot of it is just bad habits.
It's
and then
you,
there's-
dude.
Yeah.
It's you.
And there's different setup things that my brother and I had like almost chiseled in stone, right? Where it's
Right.
like, this is what you have to do.
Throw it all out the window.
Yeah, and it's like everything would be just backwards
Yep.
based on what we're doing now. And so that's probably the easiest way I could explain the two.
Okay. All right.
They're almost like two different cars.
Yeah.
Like the wing and the wingless.
Oh, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
totally different feeling.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a great picture right there.
Weird. Lizzie's in front.
Yeah, weird. Still got the yellow in there too. That's a great picture. I don't know who took that pic. Steven, you might know.
I am not sure.
Okay. All
But
right.
I know where it's taken. It's it's by the flatbed.
Yeah. Well,
And
we know where
that's
this
a,
one is, and that's a great. That must be a drone shot.
Yeah, I think that was the Nationals in 24.
Oh.
I think I might have taken that from the flag
think
stand.
it was.
Okay, that
actually.
could be from the flag stand. Yeah, that's Devil's Lake, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the only reason I think that is I think I beat that 67 car in the mechanics race later that night.
Yeah. All right. How many more we got here?
Oh, we got a decent amount. Maybe want a rapid fire.
Okay,
not like super rapid fire, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, let's rapid fire a little bit here. Another such great action photos.
That's cool. I'm sure Lizzie's coming around to get me on the high side or something. That's sweet. I don't
There
know.
you go.
Yeah, I sent that one in. That was actually our first win we ever got in Devil's Lake.
Yep.
So again, a picture we'll cherish forever.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And a sweet looking car too, man.
I remember I was getting a hard time from Heather because I went way past the flag stand. You're supposed to stop at the flag stand, and you can't even see it, but it's like I'm almost at like the gate where you get
Got a little
I can tell
excited.
from the American flag you're way far to the right.
Yeah, we were jacked.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Hated that car.
I detect a theme every time we see a modified here.
That's cool.
There's some battling going on.
Both you guys in there. That's
And Soblik's in the middle of us too. He's no stranger to victory lane.
like
either.
that 3 wide stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, another very normal thing you'll see with me a lot of time. It's the kids with us, and that's what it's all about. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, my brothers. That's my son Hudson to the right of me there with the headphones on, and my brother's boys, who they're huge supporters. And actually, it's cool. So that's Brenton Weiss's kid to my left. That's Tucker, and he always gets jacked up when my brother's kids or my kids are there because he has someone to play football in the pits with or something, and that's what it's all about. And those kids, it's I don't know, I almost maybe feel heroic to them or something. I don't know, but they gravitate towards me, and I love every second of it.
Travis Strandell is watching. Kevin Pappenfuss says, Don Mack said, anyone can drive a winged car, but it takes a great driver to race a non-winged car. And coming from Don Mack, that ought to tell you something. Have fun tonight. Nick has been such a great support system for Emma. He's an awesome cheerleader. There you go. All right. Another great picture. Man, you guys must battle each other quite a bit. It didn't seem like it took too long to get a bunch of great pictures here.
Yeah, it seemed, I don't know. We both like to race hard, I
Yeah,
guess,
it's
but
it's always this battle there.
it's interesting. So this is a bad habit picture too. And I just want to say one thing. So my brother, he's always in my ear. This is where you got to go. This is what you got to do. And he's great, right? Great mentor, great cheerleader. Old habits die hard. Almost all the time, you'll see me trying to ring the top.
Yep.
In Grand Forks, well, that's where I'm comfortable. I'm used to being up there with a wing on the car, you name it. With these little
And you're
cars,
usually faster up there.
yeah, these little cars, half the horsepower. You almost have to like go-kart the racetrack in Grand Forks.
You got to get that momentum and find the right space and just hold on to it.
Yeah, and I always I wind this thing up so hard, and it's like, man, I'm just gonna backpedal if I just stay up there. Now you got to go up there once in a while to make some moves, if you will. But interestingly enough, that's not always the fastest way around Grand Forks with a wingless car.
I will not, and I've said this before too, one thing hard for me with the wingless sprints is because we don't get you guys here that often. And not having the wing for me is huge because trying to catch a tail number or a number on the back of your car is not always easy, especially if your computer is down. And I have a hell of a time. I really do. I'm starting to finally figure out who's who. I mean, your guys' 2 cars stand out to me because I've seen them so many times. But yeah, it's difficult. But sprint cars are sprint cars, man. I love it. All right, there we go. That sucks.
Yep.
That's going to answer for you.
Basically, if it's not a wingless, it sucks.
Catfishing on the bottom there.
Yeah.
Huh?
There you go. Catfishing. That's a great term.
That was fun. That,
That was a speed week, right, Nick?
yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
should-
yeah.
You should talk about that, Lizzie.
Yeah, go ahead. You
So
know it.
yeah, it's all good. So Miles put together. We don't have points in our series. There's no points.
That's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
asking
Dale,
him
I
before
can't
the
find
show,
points.
yeah.
I'm looking, and he's like, oh, no, they're in there somewhere. And I'm like, no, they're not.
Yeah, so Miles does a good job of trying to make a couple different things. Like there's the Coal Cup Classic, and there's a couple different things he does. And this was going to be our kind of midsummer speed weeks, we called it. We were supposed to race in Eric Guillot's hometown, Winnipeg, on Thursday, collect some points for that race in Grand Forks Friday, collect some points, and then ultimately have our championship night in Devil's Lake that Saturday, collecting some points, crown a champion at the end of it. Well, Miles, Lizzie, and myself, we were top 3 in points, so collectively got to take a nice picture. And funny, they all had their stuff on. I'm too hot after the races, man. I'm sweating. I'm taking that
I'd
suit
be in the
off.
shorts too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, do you want me to throw my suit back on? They're like, no, man, you're good. But
To me, jeans is a monkey suit. I wish I could live in shorts, and I hate socks. I wish I could just live that way.
Yeah, Miles and I got to make sure that I let everybody know we actually both did beat Lizzie at that, so that was cool. He
There
got
you go.
300 points, and Miles and I. No, that was fun though.
You mean you beat the
Yeah,
fourth?
look at him
you
there.
beat
Then
the
he followed
fourth.
up.
You
Yeah.
beat the fourth all-time winningest driver in Renegade sprints. There you go. All right. No, that's a great picture right there. That is a great picture.
Do you recall what year this is from, Jeremy?
I think that's from 24, maybe?
Yeah.
25? I don't know.
24 on it. Check
Oh,
says
okay,
24 on it.
Okay. We have Hudson here now too, and he says, "Hi, Dad.
Hey, buddy.
Nick Shirek's equipment is top notch. He's always making things look mint. Sexy cars, boys." That's Brandon Downey. All right. Oh.
That is the old track at the
That's sweet,
pasture at
huh?
the ranch there.
Oh,
We-
that's it. You're a wow. Look at
Yeah.
that. That is freaking cool.
We actually ran like garden hose out like 600 feet by the time we got it out there. That no pressure, so it's kind of pointless too. So
3 and 4 looks really wide, or is that
Yeah.
1 and 2?
It almost has a tighter corner in one of them than the
Yeah,
other.
that's-
Almost
Yeah.
has a River
Yeah.
Cities look to it or something.
Is it filled in with water now by the look of it, or?
no, it's still a cattle pasture, I guess.
All
but
right.
It's kind of tires are all.
Looks like going
moved
out to
all
Shorty
over
Holton's place west of Thief River Falls. You can still see the lights, and you can still see the little high banks in the
Yeah,
pasture.
yeah. Print of
I
it,
say
yeah.
we either do a powder puff there this fall or a test and tune in the spring.
Yeah,
be cool.
it's possible.
I'll be there if you do. All right, what do we got left here? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that was cool. I can't remember. That was 24, I think, right before. Yeah, that was right before the non-wing nationals. That was a really proud weekend, for us. I didn't go to the non-wing nationals. I just raced the Friday night in Grand Forks. We had another commitment that weekend, but a lot of those guys were up and they raced in Grand Forks, and we had 24 cars or something. It was a full field that night. And we beat Jack Berger at the line by a couple 1,000ths of a second. It was right there. And that was another big night. A lot of people. And of course, Cam, my little buddy, he had to get in the picture, and I give him the checkered flag to take the glory. It was really cool.
All right. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's a.
There's a mod in
And that's in the mod.
Yeah, that was a good night. There,
Wow.
I guess, so
Yeah, there's the OG, Nick Bowman, Shay Geyer, myself, and that's actually, so the gentleman to my right and the kid with me there, that's Casey Johnston. That's Hunter Engineering, one of our sponsors since we got back. Super good friend of mine, and his son Noah, another one that's just super attached and does a really good job and is always there to cheerlead me on, which I really appreciate.
Oh, that's right. Shay helped me close on my house.
Yeah.
I knew him from somewhere, and that's how I got to know him. It's like, yeah, I know that guy. I know that. And I'm just like, oh, wait a minute. He was my money guy. All right. There we go, back at River Cities.
Don't you wish we could race in River Cities like weekly?
oh yeah, it seems to always get rained out or something. That's kind of
I know,
the
I
favorite
know.
home track.
Well, you get to
too,
wrap
so.
up the season this year here.
yeah.
that'd
I
be
just
cool.
wish that we were here every week. And
Yeah, I do. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Cool. So that was the night that Lizzie was talking about, or the week before or something. I can't remember, but that was a really cool night. I didn't share the other picture, but we had doubleheader in Devil's Lake that night, and that was my first ever. I had to do a wing dance because I never won with a wing on the car. So we threw the wings on that night, and we were able to actually win that and the wingless race in the same night.
Okay, I was going to ask about
So,
the wing. I was going to say, what's the deal with that? But yeah, you're wingless, and you had to put one on that night.
Yeah, it was really fun. Steven came out. There wasn't a trophy for the wing race, but he came out with a broom, and I took a picture with the broom. And he goes, "There you go, you swept the night." That was really
Nice.
cool. That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Anytime you can bring a broom in a picture, you know something's good.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
That's a real wing dance
that was
there.
kind of
There's a wing.
Yeah,
Look at that. He's as high as a freaking flag stand.
I think I won the wingless that night too. It's kind of the same deal.
Oh,
And
nice.
Then I wanted a picture with Steve there, and he said, "I'll see you in the wing car," and then I ended up winning that too.
And you
So
didn't
that was
have a
pretty
broom,
cool.
damn it.
No.
At that time, I was heavier than I am today, and if I would have done what Jeremy did, my wing would have collapsed.
I want to see you guys slide off the front like Rico does.
Yeah, no kidding.
That is so cool when you guys got these last couple years put on the wing once or twice a year at Devil's Lake. I don't know if you guys got it officially locked in for this year or not, but I just thought a nice way to mix it up.
Yeah. Hard on the engines a little bit with a little 2-barrel car. But
Yeah, I bet.
totally
I bet
fun.
it is. All right, what do we got left here? Wow.
Yeah, that was this past weekend, I think.
Oh, nice.
Me and Walker helped me out get to victory lane there. So
It was nice to see him in his lake outfit.
There you go.
There's literally, like, last month there was a picture of him he was just a rare day. He was at the lake in the same clothes you'd normally see him in. Did he get photoshopped onto a pontoon? Anyway.
I want to thank everybody for all the great pictures. Man, I love that stuff. You talked about, and I'm going to ask you both this. You'd like to be at River City Speedway every week. Do you have a favorite track that you run?
Yeah, the OG, River City Speedway for sure. 100%, hands down.
Okay, and how about you?
Definitely the same. Yeah.
Is it the banking, the what, or the fact that you don't get to be here that often? What makes it so good for you?
I would say just the crowd and the banking and the speed of it. I kind of like to go a little faster sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I get it with you, hometown, you know, and you've probably got more people coming to the stands here than you do anywhere else you go. Maybe not.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. We have because it's mainly here, Devil's Lake, a couple other places we go. But to me, it's like the nostalgic feeling, John. So as a kid, I remember walking in, and the grandstands are still the same today as they were years ago, right? But
yeah.
And it's that smell. It's like popcorn, spilt beer, sunflower seeds. At this time, cigarettes, right? It was like all one thing. Yeah. And so now, obviously, less cigarette smoke and stuff. But to me, it's just a nostalgic feeling, and it's River City Speedway. It's been here forever. It's like the world legendary. And I just enjoy it. I think the racing is always top notch when we're here. We always put on a really good show. And realistically, if River Cities wasn't on our schedule, I probably wouldn't race.
Okay,
So,
I was going to kind of adding to my next question here. How long can you see yourself doing this, Nick?
Every race could be my last. That's why I take, when I got to see Dale in Victory Lane in Devil's Lake, I just said, man, this is an important deal, and I'm going to soak up every bit that I can. I don't know, if we get a bunch of races in River Cities next year, it's hard to say no to that, right? But it's also easy now to step away when I have a 10, a 7, and a 5-year-old, and my nights and weekends are filled with taking care of them and doing what I want to do and doing what those guys want to do. But realistically, right now, I only run 10 or 12 times in a year, and they're there to support me.
Yep.
And I'm soaking up every bit of it while I can.
Man, it's like you did your homework. Your answers are like spot on, and I've never had an answer like that before.
Well, it helps that this car, it's kind of lower maintenance as compared to the 410 too.
Yeah, definitely. When oil change, clean the fuel filter, grease the suspension, we're good to go. And the 410 stuff, you're spending several days dialing everything in.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely.
How about you? How long can you see yourself running?
I don't know. It's kind of day by day. I guess we're kind of get pretty busy here and there, but I mean,
being a farmer, is it harder? And coming up now, harvest is starting. It's going full bore. Is it harder for you to get out and race, or does racing? It doesn't matter. I'm on Thursday, Friday, or Saturdays. I'm going racing.
Well, I wish that was the case, but you got to make money before you spend money.
Exactly.
Too,
Yeah. And farming is you don't know. If I don't go today, it could be raining for the next 3 days, and you might not be able to do shit. And then you're like, oh, now what do we do?
Yeah, I kind of killed myself last year. I think I took off to a race, and then it rained for 3 days straight, and never the beans got rained on, and so yeah, I kind of made that mistake. But you kind of got that itch that you need to scratch sometimes. And farming and racing do not go together.
And no, they don't. That's ended a lot of racing drivers' careers is because of the farming, and work comes first, and you got to live. I know your answer is going to be, and I'm going to ask you the same things here as we get ready to wrap up the show here soon. Your family backs you 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how important is that?
It's everything. Without that, if it was tough, if I was in the car and I was worried about getting home, or man, the family's
you wouldn't be doing this.
Absolutely not.
And you wouldn't in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat.
And how about you? It's easier with you with no kids and stuff, but how much does your wife and family back you?
One day she's like, sell the damn thing, and the next day she's like, well, maybe we need to go.
So she's
get
a normal wife?
Yeah, definitely. So
okay, who's the boss?
She's super involved though. She's pushing you off, and she pushes you off in the side by side and does all the stuff. It's super cool.
Yeah, she helps out in the pits and stuff too. So yeah.
Yep. Like what's the old saying goes? Every morning I get up and look at my my wife's. When you look at your I'm a Pisces. What do you call that?
Oh, horoscope.
Yeah, when you get up and check your day by checking your wife's horoscope to see how your day is going to go. Who helps you?
That's jokes, my neighbor tells me.
There you go.
Yeah.
and it's actually in my jokes pile right there. Who helps you, and name your sponsors?
Yeah, so on the race car, we're pretty lucky. We have my brother is one of the main guys that does a lot of the work with us. Shay Geyer, my brother-in-law, takes care of a lot of the maintenance on the car at the track. My little nephews, Kylan and Corbin, they give us a hand. My cousin Brandon comes around once in a while, and of course my son, Cam. and then Bo and Hud are around. But super fortunate with Mega Max Storage, First Class Mortgage, Nissan, Flagstaff Nissan, Subaru, Auto Solutions, Hunter Engineering, like I mentioned a little bit ago. The title team jumped on. My cousin Brandon with Auni Farms. Sean Horn's been a big supporter of us forever and ever since I was racing a go-kart. Yeah. Darcy's Cafe, my wife's business, Hudson Wellness, Amsoil, Driven Nootropics, Rod and Supply. We got actually a really good amount of people that help this deal out, and without them, we wouldn't do what we do, you know.
For sure, for sure.
Super lucky.
And how about you? Who helps, and who do you want to thank for sponsors?
Yeah, I guess mainly Walker Enerson. He helps me out a ton in the pits, and once in a while Colton Young comes along and helps out there too.
Good kid. Yeah, he's a great kid.
Definitely, both them two are just, you know, they're pretty knowledgeable on the wingless cars and wing cars, and Colton races obviously the 410s there, and he knows a lot on stuff too. But yeah, and I guess sponsors, Lundquist Customs, are kind of mainly self-funded. I don't like going around begging people, you know. It's hard to get
hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of Lundquist Customs, and that's about it.
Now, do they stay with you for a while? Is it somebody you can hopefully rely on year to year?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
they're kind of I think they sponsor one other car too, so they like the racing deal.
And I have one more question for each of you guys, because you guys have been doing this a while. People know who you are and all of that stuff. How do you want to be remembered, Jeremy Lizakowsi, as a race car driver?
I don't know, just kind of more little relaxed, humble, more balls and brains, maybe. I don't really know, but sometimes I get myself into some weird situations there that it's been all pretty good. So I've only been on the lid once. So.
That's a bumper sticker.
I was going to say
more balls and brains.
And I was going to say, how often does that phrase change? Next week it could be more brains and balls. You never know. And for you, also Nick Shirek, how do you want to be remembered as a race car driver?
I think it was said a couple times in chat, like someone that's there to always help people become better versions of themselves or have a better race car, whatever that might be. But someone that people can rely on to get a hand when they need to. And then someone, hopefully, that's always contending for a win, at least in the wingless stuff. So
when it comes to young guys getting in, young guys or girls, they all make mistakes. They all do that. But when you look at the future of the sport, guys like you are nice to have around. A mentor, if you will. But how are you with helping these younger people, the people first starting in racing?
Yeah, anything, I'm a wide open book. I'll tell people that 24/7, whatever they might need. And then just to be a super big cheerleader for everybody to help them out. I remember, you know, how scary it was and how tough some things were. And eventually the fear drifts away and then it turns into adrenaline, and then I got to have more of it, right? So the first time you start on the front in a feature, the first time, oh my gosh, it's really scary. Those are real feelings, right? So, excuse me, to help people through that and then encourage them like, hey, look, it's going to be scary today, no doubt, absolutely. But guess what? We're going to get through this. And then next time you're going to be up front, it's going to feel a little bit different. And by the third time you're up front, guess what? You're not going to want anybody to go around you.
Do these young guys pick your brains? And how important is the future of this to you? Because you guys are like the top of this game. I mean, I'm looking at Devil's Lake points. I think, what is it? You're in second and you're in third, right behind them or something like that. But how important is it to keep this going for the next generation of wingless sprint car drivers?
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep this class going. I mean, it's obviously growing now. I mean, it's a total fun class. And I mean, if a guy doesn't know how to do something on their car, like Sean Wedge is overhauling your motor before you even get out of the car, basically. And but yeah, I mean, it's growing, and hopefully it keeps growing. And yeah,
I know you guys are wrapping up. Probably, is it the last 2 weeks at River Cities are all sprint car nights?
I believe
I'm guessing
you're
it's
at both
wingless
of those,
both nights.
right?
18th and the 25th of
Okay,
September.
it's going to be a great way to wrap up the season, especially for me. There we go with the Western Renegade sprint schedule. You guys, I can't say enough about both of you. Not only are you guys great sprint car pilots, but you're great people. And that is something I have heard. People don't have to tell me, but they do say, you know, you got 2 class acts coming on that show this week. And I agree. Nick Shirek and Jeremy Lizakowsi, you guys, when you think about Western Renegade sprint cars, you're the 2 of the top names that pop up. And I can't thank you guys enough, again, for taking time from your day to come on to the show today. I wish we could stay here for another couple of hours and keep on doing this, but I know you guys got to go make some money. And I got to get out of here and get to a fishing tournament. But again, thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Good luck for the rest of the year. With the rest of the year, I'm super stoked to see you guys back here again. And I'll be at Devil's Lake at the end of the month. Maybe I'll get to see him then. I'm not sure. That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
There you go, Nick Shirek and Jeremy Lizakowsi, the number 96, and the also the number 5H. Next time you find out the Western Renegade sprint cars are racing anywhere, go check them out. I want to thank Dale, the producer, and Stephen Lewis. Don't forget, Dale, the producer, will be the voice of River City Speedway tomorrow night. Thank you for everybody that called and texted in. I can't wait till next week. Well, I'll tell you about it in a minute. Today's show, by the way, brought to you by Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. Go check it out. In fact, we're trying to get him to get a bus to the Red Clay Strays on Tuesday. Go in there, have yourself a beer, get yourself some lunch. Tell him you want a bus to the Red Clay Strays on Tuesday, all right? While you're there, play bingo, bet on the horses. You can do a little charitable gaming. Not only is the food good and the gaming good, but the beer is good too, especially that world-famous beer tower. Initials game every second Tuesday night, and of course, DJ Trivia Night is Monday nights. Just a great place with a great atmosphere. Been with us since day one on Dirty Thursday. Rumor Sports Bar and Casino has been. 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., 7 days a week they are open. Man, you cannot beat it. Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. Thank you to them, again, for sponsoring Dirty Thursday. Jersey Rosinski drives the 25R305 Sprint car, is our guest next week. She just had a big win about a week or so ago. They're going to be on next week, so here we go. Have a great day. I'll catch you Monday. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. It never misses a show. It dings every time we go on the air. You know we love the Forks. We're Grand Forks' best source. We're giving the Forks their identity back.